think it is about like the generation? You're like right in this this age group that's like basically your whole life is centered on social media, right?
Yeah,
is that fair to say?
Yeah, 100%.
So do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's
or it's just it is what it is. Like, you know,
it's honestly, I think there's good and bad for sure. I feel like there's definitely areas where you can feel motivated. Say someone could look at your content and be like, cool, like I can take that away and get motivated, hustle, make shit happen. Or you could look at someone in Mexico buying a new watch and then go, oh, I feel terrible about myself, you know what I mean? Like,
that's the darker side, right? I think the darker side is this idea that like what you are seeing is curated moments from people's lives, and they want to present their best selves to the world. So you can easily look at that and say, wait a second, they're always so happy, they seem so confident, they're so carefree. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? I'm depressed. But actually, they're probably more depressed than you are. They're just like smiling, right?
No one's posting their bad days. Like no one's gonna sit down and be like, oh, I feel sad today, I better post a story, because no one wants to watch that. People want to see people having fun, having a good time, and, you know, being successful and doing their thing. It's very interesting. It's very like, it's kind of sad, to be honest. Like seeing all this stuff and seeing like the false perception. It's like also living in LA, like the false perception of you know, success and money. And like as soon as I moved here, I was like, I'm never gonna spend any money on jewelry, anything like that. I'm gonna put my money into real estate, and that's how I'm gonna go. But now, like being in the city for a year, I've got a Cartier bracelet, I've got a Hublot. I'm like looking at buying a Lamborghini. I'm like, this is like,
it's easy to get caught up.
It's so easy, especially with the money coming in as quick as it is.
Well, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with having nice things.
Yeah. Right.
And the question is you buying something because, like, hey, if you want to have a Lamborghini because you always wanted to have a cool, really nice car, and you love driving it and you feel good, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think anything wrong with that if you work hard and you get the money, right? Honestly, I think it's if you're doing that to impress people or to like try to put on sort of like some facade, right? But then again, the other side is that these things are also like props in your own life as someone that is worthy of being looked at. So I guess there's some expectation, right? True. Like if you go online, you see a lot of these people who are selling online courses, the kind of basic scam or the one stand in front of a fucking jet or a fucking Lamborghini with a stack of cash, say, you can have this too, right? So that side of it. I don't think you really, that's not what you're doing, right?
No. I feel like there's definitely aspects of my life where I want to post it and I'll be like, oh shit. Because I've got friends who are like, worth tens of billions, right? Back in New Zealand, so I always feel like a dick when I like post, say, oh, I just got this, or I'm wearing this watch, and I'm like, you know what? There's people that actually have real life money and like, fuck you money, and I should just take a step back because I like my couple million a year is nothing on what they got.
So tell me about your childhood. What was you grew up totally no money?
No. I grew up like very blessed. My dad he's got this tag identification company, so his dad. Him and his dad started the company when they were a lot younger. So if you have a dog or a cat and you register them with the council, they usually get like a little plastic nylon tag that you put around the collar. Right. So he invented that. That started the wheels rolling when we were younger. We were very blessed. I went to school in Australia, got kicked out of all the schools in Australia. I had to go to school in New Zealand, got kicked out of school there.
Why did you get kicked out of school?
Because I was a piece of shit. Like I was such a little fucking rat. Like I was so bad.
Misbehaving.
Starting a fight club, blowing up toilets. Spraying guys down with hoses in the shower, just being a bad kid, and so I had to do my final exams in a tent in a park because my parents were like, we're not going to get you a hotel or anything like that, you fucked up, so you have to live in a tent for the last 2 weeks, which is good. I needed it. So yeah, I grew up with a brother, 4 half sisters. My family they're not massively wealthy, but they did really well for themselves. I think my dad's at the peak was turning over $2 million a year for his business, which in our town is insane, which is crazy, from nothing. So I was like, always looked up to him, but now being in like the big smoke, realize that shit, like there's so much of the world, there's so much money to be made, there's so much potential with everything, which is really exciting, which is really cool.